Okay, so what's up guys, it's Matters, and Fortnite's next update is going to include the vending machine, which is a bit of a controversial topic right now. Not as bad as the whole jetpack situation, but it still is interesting because people are sort of up in the air on what this vending machine is going to do, if it's going to be OP, if it's going to be rare, is it going to be like the loot llama, and there's really so many different angles and arguments you can have for the vending machine. Obviously, I want to get into its effect on the game. We have some actually leaked gameplay as well that we're going to be looking at of the vending machine, and I also want to touch upon like the hot topic items right now, especially like the golden guided missile or the golden scar, something that, you know, is a game changer when you're actually winning games. So how easy are those going to be able to get, and like just what is the, you know, the amount of materials that you're going to need to buy them, and how often you're going to be able to get a golden scar from a vending machine each game you play. So these are very important questions that we need to look at here for the update. We're getting it in 2 days, so we'll know for sure by then, but this video I really want to go through and see what the deal is with this vending machine. So that being said, if you can leave a like, that'd be greatly appreciated. If we can go for 100 likes, that'd be pretty sick. And let's get straight into the video. So here are a couple images up on screen of the actual vending machine. I just want to scroll through some of them. We've had new ones updated for today, and they're probably going to have a full list, and we'll know the full list of what each weapon costs, and you know, just what you need right now. So right now, what we have, the information we have, you know, generally you trade in spare materials for extra gear. That's the description. So right now, a rocket launcher, 500 wood, a tactical shotgun, 300 wood, and a minigun, 250 wood. So that is what we have right now. You know, I guess it's pretty standard, and the only problem is, does it devalue what the weapon actually is, and also does it devalue the actual, you know, I guess cost of materials. And there's also another theory that I have where, you know, maybe they want you to pretty much suck your materials out and just pretty much suck you dry of materials. So when you're actually getting into gunfights, you know, maybe they want players to start building less and actually getting into gunfights. And you know, I don't know if that's Fortnite's goal. They want to make just different, you know, gunfights and make it so you're not building these insanely huge bases all the time, and like right when you get into a gunfight, automatically tons of wood, huge towers just immediately. I don't know if they want to stop that, but that's just a theory I have, because pretty much if you think about it, if you're playing a game and you spend 500 wood on a rocket launcher, then you're down 500 wood. It's not, you know, that easy to get 500 wood unless you really go loot, you kill a bunch of kids and you steal all of their loot. You know, sometimes it's a bit hard to get to that point. So, and even if you have like 800 wood, like by the end of the game, you usually have like 700, 800 wood. 500 is a huge blow to that, and if you're trying to build bases at the end, that's going to be very interesting to actually, you know, try to stay alive and try to win the game without that wood. So, you know, who knows what their intentions are for that. But here is the leaked gameplay. The gameplay, there's actually a bunch of different leaked gameplay, but this is just one of the different things here, just to show you guys what the vending machine actually looks like. Now, this was through a glitch. So this is, I don't know if this is a normal spawn or if this is, you know, something that we're going to see very often, and we really don't know how the spawns are, and we don't know if it's going to be comparable to the loot llama, which I doubt it's going to be as rare as the loot llama, because then there's just no point, unless the vending machine was a thing that, you know, you get to pick any weapon you wanted, which I don't think that's the case. Obviously, you randomly find a vending machine with a randomly selected weapon, and then if you want to buy it, you can. So I think it's going to be definitely more than just 2 on the map like the loot llama. You're going to have a couple around the map, you know, sort of like the crate system, but instead, you know, the vending machine you'll just find there, and you can probably use multiple times. I'm guessing multiple people can use it as well. And here's another thing. So are you going to have a vending machine for each weapon? Are you going to have a vending machine around all different parts of the map, and then once it's in the safe zone, you can't get that weapon anymore, you know, or once it's, you know, out of the safe zone, I should say. So here's the thing with the scar. Let me get into the scar, especially the golden scar, and how that could be a huge deal. But this all depends on the vending machine location and the vending machine placement. So let's just assume the vending machine is going to be obviously not that common. Obviously, they want you to go for crates, they want you to loot, they want you to open up chests and try to find weapons. So this is not supposed to be sort of this easy thing. But what if the vending machine is at the corner of a map? It's not going to be in the safe zone anymore, but it has the golden scar. Is that something that you have every game? Is there a golden scar vending machine that drops on the map every game but it's just out of the way, and the chances of people getting it are very slim, and you have to find it first, and before you know it, then it's pretty much gone. You can't get it anymore. Would that be a fair assessment of having the golden scar in the actual game? Or so really the other fair argument would be to have the scar just not in the game at all times, so randomly you get the vending machine, and then, you know, some games there are no vending machines on the map with scars, then some games there are vending machines on the map with scars. But then here's the downside to that. What if there is a vending machine with a scar, and the cost, I mean, we can talk about the cost, what a scar is, you know, 900 wood, or, you know, 800 metal, or whatever you want to put it at. It doesn't really matter. If there is a vending machine with a scar and it's the middle of the safe zone and everyone could access it, isn't that a bit OP? Doesn't that lead everyone to believe that the ending of the games are just going to be weird and skewed, and just like, it's just not going to make a lot of sense unless the vending machines are one and done, where only one person can use it, or only your squad can use it, and then it disappears, and that would make it so not everyone could get that scar. So those are the problems that I see with this. So getting a free scar, you know, obviously is a huge deal, but they can't make it OP, and I think Fortnite's already thinking about this, and they know what they're going to do with vending machines to make it so it's not OP. Because even if finding a vending machine with a scar is rare, once you have that there, those are free scars right there, and as long as it's in the safe zone, you're set, you know. And maybe you want to protect it, maybe the players can break it. That's another thing. Maybe you can, once you buy the star, you can break it and screw over everyone else. We really don't know how exactly this is going to work, but it's going to be interesting to see how they actually manage it to make it so it isn't OP, and they don't go through this crazy thing where the vending machine just, you know, sort of ruins the game and sort of inflates the rarity of, you know, getting an actual scar. Because usually, you know, and I'm using the golden scar as sort of the main point here of this video, because obviously that's like the weapon that everyone pretty much guns for, especially when they're going for crates. You know, the golden scar is like the best weapon in the game pretty much. And, you know, you have the fun ones that, which are pretty good too, like the guided missile and the golden rocket launcher and different weapons like these, or, you know, the golden sniper. But, you know, the golden scar is that weapon, and having a vending machine just with that in the middle of the safe zone, and if it happens, it screws up the game. And I don't think Fortnite wants to actually risk, you know, messing up their game with that. And that's the whole thing with the jetpacks too. Like, they purposely, you know, were adding, they were gonna add jetpacks within a week. You know, like, they had the new update, like, new update coming very soon, jetpacks, and then everyone talked about it. Everyone was just like, you know, what are you doing? Why are you adding jetpacks? Why are you adding this stuff? There, you know, it's a huge outrage. And then obviously they said all of a sudden, oh, we're gonna delay it to next week. You know, it's delayed right now, and I forgot what it was. They want to test some stuff, pretty much. They said it like they were gonna work on it for a second. It's like, okay, it's coming next week. Then they never talked about it. They never said anything, and then that's it. Never heard from them again about jetpacks. Now, to us, obviously that means that they pretty much either went back to the drawing board because they had a feeling that people would not like it, or they completely scrapped it, and they were just like, oh, this is just stupid, we can't do this, let's just not even do it, let's not even risk, you know, having players freak out and ruining our game. Now, vending machines, I'm only comparing it to the jetpack because the vending machine, you know, has the possibility of being a bit, not game breaking, but a bit OP, depending on how they implement it, and if it's implemented wrong, and if you can really take advantage of it. Not every game. I do think there are certain games where it's going to be fair, but I feel like there are going to be some games as well where a vending machine is just going to be placed in the right location, it's going to have the right weapon, the right time, and it's just going to inflate the actual rarity of actually getting these good weapons, like the golden scar, like the golden rocket launcher. So they'd have to look at that and maybe say, oh, we need to fix this. Maybe they'll take it out. Maybe the vending machine isn't really going to be a thing that's permanent within the game. Obviously, they want to look at it and test it out and see how it's going to be. And I don't know, it might not last. So really, depending on how free of a scar you can get and how often you can get these scars, you know, we'll see if they take it out or leave it in. You know, the vending machine, at first people thought it was a weird idea. You know, you had people on both sides of the aisle really trying to figure out, is this what we want? Do we need to buy these guns? Like, usually everyone gets like most games, I feel like if you kill enough people, or if you open enough chests, or if you get a couple crates, if you get like 3 crates or so, you usually get a scar. Now a golden scar, I guess, you know, that's a different story, but the vending machines, it's going to, you know, make it easier pretty much to get these scars. It's gonna give another option, like it's just another option, another location, another area, another medium in which you could obtain a very good weapon like a golden scar. So that in turn pretty much increases, you know, how many scars you can get on the map. I don't know if they're gonna increase the amount of scars on the map, or if that means that since you can get scars from vending machines, then that means that decreases the chances of you getting scars from other places in the map, like crates and like chests. And what if that scar vending machine is outside the safe zone? Then pretty much you're screwed and you can't get as many scars, or you have a less of a chance of getting a scar, and then the vending machine is really far, you know, and you just can't get it because the safe zone is getting smaller and you can't go back out, and that's pretty much that. That's the end of that. So if that's the case, then I don't know, maybe that's game breaking as well in the opposite way, where, you know, the game, you don't have the advantages you had before, and you have less advantages, like even less advantages than you have, you know, I guess right now. So I don't know, man. It's gonna be interesting. Like I said, it really all depends on how they implement the vending machines, you know, how often it spawns, and if it's sort of like an unlimited thing. Because really, when you think about it, anyone would trade their material for a really good weapon. You know, it's just as simple as that. You know, people are not going to just leave it there. And you know, I haven't even thought about this. I'm just thinking about this right now. Maybe they're just gonna like not have a scar vending machine. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Maybe the vending machines, which I think there's going to be, honestly, but maybe it's just not gonna happen. They just won't have one, and for a good reason, because it's such a good weapon that, you know, you have to get it from crates and chests, and that's it. I don't know what their plans are, but again, the rarity, where they place it, if it's unlimited usage, and if you can break it, these are all factors into whether or not this is going to be OP. So we'll see what happens, man. So that being said, thank you guys for watching. If you guys did enjoy, leave a comment below golden scar if you watched the whole video. It's greatly appreciated, obviously. And yeah, that being said, thank you guys for watching. We're going to see Thursday what the deal is here, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.